Keep it simple survival. KISS, abc.com. Take 6. We're going to be doing things a little different today. I'm going to show you some things. The bucket is waterproof. Comes with a string, so you can definitely float on it. Use it as a flotation device. We're going to throw it out in the water. Okay. So now there's the bucket. Now if you had a flood and you needed something to float on to save your life, the bucket will save your life. Now obviously, you know, for a family of 4, you need 4 buckets. Or possibly all of you guys tie yourself together. So the survival side of it is I can send it downstream and I can pull it in. And I can as well make sure that it gets to where it's got to go. Okay? Keep it simple survival. The whole point is you have something already in place. Okay? And protected. Protected from water. You got to open the bucket, which is sealed. Okay? For things to be dry. Okay? Everything's dry inside the bucket. Again, fresh water. Very important. Made in America. A cloth. Wipe your brow. Things that matter. Dust. A lot of dust out here in Arizona. This is Lake Apache. First, let's give it up to our men and women that are fighting for our freedom right now in many areas of the world. To all Marines and all the ones who have passed and the ones that are still out there. Give it up to all of them. To our Constitution, to the U.S., to our great country. Okay? Anyway, a little bit of water. Put soap on it if you want to. And you got string. You got rope here. Still got some twine here on the bucket. You put it around and you can breathe. Now you're able to breathe. If I needed a diaper, an emergency diaper for my child, I have one. I have more than one in there. I could tie this around them and wash it out and reuse it. Doesn't matter if it's 5 days to 90 days. You got a bucket, you can clean it out. You got soap, you can wash it out. And I say these things because you can't always go to Costco and buy a big box of Pampers and expect it to be there when a tornado hits you or a flood. The bucket does float for a simple survival reason. If in the event we have a flood, if in the event we have a tornado or a hurricane with a lot of water coming in, you don't know how deep it's going to get. You don't know. It's unpredictable. Unpredictable things that you can only prepare for. Okay, you can only prepare for the future of knowing that you have something in place, some certainty behind what it is that creates life, and that's you staying alive and above ground. Okay, everything in here. I got a flashlight. Still works great. Still works perfect. And you know, that way you can see at night. And it does have batteries, and we are working on one for solar and other stuff. And your MRE pack, that's dry. Okay, dry. Another rag that's dry. Okay, wipe your brow again. It's gonna get really thick today. Fresh water, fresh drinking water, cooking water. Some bungees just in case your kids get away or your wife. Some spoons and forks and knives, sealed and made in the USA. Okay, soap again to clean yourself up. Okay, cups to get a cup of that water or some fresh water. You got a lot of water here, and how can I turn that water into drinking water? We have that in the bucket too. Toilet paper again. You know, you got a lot of stuff on your mind, you might need to use it. So again, a roll of this can be used for 90 days if you know how to use it. You can't use the whole thing at once. But most people don't even have this after a tornado or a hurricane. So the survival mode is that you have to learn how to reuse one roll with your family. We're going to keep moving forward here. Food, dry. I got food in here that's high in protein. It's fully dry and it's even ready on the cooked things, the things that you can cook on your fire. So you got nice, fresh, hot food. Okay. You got lots of other stuff in here, and it take a long video to go over it. I got matches that are windproof, waterproof, and even if I throw them in there, I could still take them out and use them to light that fire. There's lots of different things in here for you to survive on. That, you know, even a fishing bobber for that fish that you want to catch. Chapstick, okay? It's about 85 today or something like that. It's going to get up to 100 probably later on in the week. Chapstick for your children, very important. Filters again to filter your water. How about a little scrubby to scrub your dishes down? You know, when you have nothing, that was all you had was just the bucket. Everything in here is a blessing to your life. It's a fresh start for you to get over that notion that says you're not going to make it. You are going to make it, and as I said before, we're going to ensure that you make it by getting a bucket, putting your name on that list that says I want one, and we will ship it out to you. Those hooks, the bobber, I can catch a fish today and eat and feed my family. More water. I put zip ties in here. They can be used for a lot of things. You know, we don't realize how valuable things are until you don't have them. So zip ties can be used for zipping to a tree, if you will, your string, your clothes, hang your clothesline up that you got, so you can wash your clothes and then dry them in the sun. The beautiful sun we have. And as we keep going down in the bucket, you know, even the simple form of a toothbrush and toothpaste for your children and your wife and you. And, you know, you have many uses for this, but it's in there for hygiene again. Okay. First aid is in here. A little first aid kit. I put a little bit of like this little Tabasco thing in there because, you know, some people like spice in their life. I know I do. We got other stuff in here that you can use for the water, like shampoo for men. These are things that came up and that we use every day and take for granted. And an emergency blanket, okay? Emergency blanket for your family in the form of heat. And at night, it gets really cold in the desert. You're gonna need that. In the middle of Florida, mosquito repellent. In Montana, mosquitoes, water, they love water. And put that around your child's wrist or yours, and you can reuse it. And there's even more repellent in here for you to use just in case that one wears out. Okay? Things that you need. We put these things in here for simple reasons that help you survive and will help bring you back to terms when it comes down to your family. You need to understand that not every single thing we have in here is going to be used for just you. Okay? Women need these. Okay? And your job is to make sure she has them. So they're in the bucket. Okay? Plastic bags for your garbage and for other things that you need to pack away. You put it in the bucket and you got yourself a little toilet here. And then you got yourself to where you can clean that up. Do something with it. Again, baby wipes and soap. It's in the bucket. Okay? You got heat to cook. This is just one form of it. Okay? We have charcoal as well and a grill and all that stuff. But a simple way to make a meal right after a catastrophe. Okay? Things that you need are all in the bucket. Again, women, you got to think ahead for your wife, for your significant other. Things that you might need that you don't even know you need might come up. As simple as salt and pepper and sugar packs. What if you're diabetic and you need to get some sugar? Your insulin has gone away in the refrigerator and the tornado lifted the whole refrigerator up and ate it and was hungry, and obviously it's gone and Lord knows where it's at. You need sugar to survive. Salt and even though some of us don't eat salt or sugar and all that stuff, it's in the bucket. It's in the bucket so that way you can survive off of it. Another bar of soap is in here just in case you lose one. You know, there's lots of little things in here. Rubber bands to tie hair, to tie things together, to hold things together. Simple and easy. I have lots of different stuff in here for you to survive, even twine to tie your children next to you so they don't run off in the lake or the river that you're going to be staying next to. They all come with this stuff, all the buckets do. They all come already pre-packed and pre-made, a flint. So just in case your matches run out, you have something to strike and make fire with. It's very important, heat. At night it gets really cold in the desert, so you got to be able to know that you have something to cover that. Okay? There's lots of stuff in here, like even napkins, to blow your nose. You might have allergies like I do, or sometimes, whatever. These things are important. Okay? Neosporin, how about that? Okay? Your Neosporin went bye-bye, or is in the flood, or the earthquake opened up and sucked it down in there. Things that you need are here in this bucket to survive. Okay? We put together a little pack here, fire pack. It's got a little heat pad in there. It's got matches. It's got a brand new lighter, for you to light flame with, or do you have fire if your flint thing broke or you lost it or you're out of matches. All the matches we put in there are for heat and for eating. The water right there I could drink with these. I can kill everything from 99.9% to make it drinking water without boiling it, even though I could boil it. And there is stuff in here for you to do that. You have to understand that everything in here is just made for you to simplify your survival for 90 days, for your family for 90 days, to make sure that they survive for 90 days. And you have a pen, a permanent pen, because I like things that are permanent when it comes down to a pen. And it works for stuff like a note, telling your family what you're doing, where you're going, your names, and add your names and who you are, and just in case something else comes up, or just in the event. I don't do just in case. So I did this because I wanted you to see that I could throw the bucket in and I could swim across that, and I would have this tied to me. I don't have to carry it in the water; it floats, or I could use it as a flotation device if I get tired halfway through that swim, and I would still make it on the other side of that lake, river, whatever I'm at. And if that's what it took to survive, well, then I'm going to cross that river with my bucket, because I know when I get to the other side, I have everything I need to survive over there. And there's more chapstick in here. There's lots of little stuff in here. It'd take a while for me to get it all out. I'm going to probably have to repack this tonight. But the point of the whole thing is for you to understand that when we are in survival mode, we're in a reaction. We're in a reaction towards the world and towards what just happened to us. It's what you can control, believe it or not, is your reaction to it. Part of that is the uncertainty of knowing what's going to happen next. We all want to build towards it. We all want to make things that want to say, oh, I got a bunker and I got a cellar full of jars of food and stuff like that. Yeah, that's great, but if that cellar cracks or something happens to it, what are you going to do? Are you going to go back down in that cellar and turn around and bring your family down in a cellar that's broken and all the food's on the floor and all that stuff? Yeah, it's not going to happen. You have about less than a minute sometimes to grab what it takes to survive. And that minute is based on your life, on your family's life. Your family sometimes only's got a minute. You don't know when an earthquake's going to hit. You don't know when Mount Rainier is going to blow. It only takes 1 second to decide, and that decision's made off of your life. How important do you value your life? Well, I value mine very, very much, and I value my family's and everything about it. So I want to value your life by saying, what significant is your life involved with this? Everybody's life. All women and men are created equal. 110, and children as well. You can't get your child to turn around and get all distressed like you are. You're the man of the house or the woman, and you need to decide to make sure those kids are still insane. The sanity inside those kids are depending upon what you do every day for those children. I know I've raised a couple, and at the end of the day, who's responsible for that? You are. You're responsible to make sure that happens very, very fast and very easily for them to know. Today, our children don't know what they would grab if Mount Rainier blew. They don't know that that what they're supposed to do. They're not trained that way. They're not conditioned, and we need to recondition them so they know that they can survive with this bucket. We have a smaller bucket, born on date, made in the USA, and it is depending upon how many things you actually need in this bucket. But I use this one for travel as well. If I break down on the side of the road, and first aid kit. Has everything in there just in case I cut myself on the way down or I'm running away from a fire. Okay, has everything in there to get started with getting you all stitched up. More spoons and stuff, and made in America. Emergency blanket, okay, made in America. Okay, a little bit of jelly I put in this one, these little cans, and you know, for children that's something that's significant. Chalk for children, how about that? Your child's crying over there and wants to do something. Well, they know how to play with chalk. Chalk's an easy form to color the rocks, make some colorful rocks for them. Okay, things that you need to think ahead of. There's cotton balls in here. Again, there's women's hygiene. Okay, men, you guys need to think about that. It's very important. A man takes care of the situation. He handles it. He makes the decisions, and that's what we do. We make decisions. The cup is very simple. I broke this one out so that way you could see. See, it's a foldable cup. They sell them everywhere, but you know, yours is in the shelf or somewhere else that you probably don't know, and it's not together with all this stuff here. They're in the bucket, and they're there so if you need just a little bit, right there, and you can drink it. Okay, clean too. It's flexible. It's not going to break on you. Okay, we're not going to put stuff in there that's going to hurt you or break on you. Again, we have water in the bucket, baby wipes in the bucket, food and heat in the bucket, and little cans of it in the travel one. This is the travel one, or the one that I would have in my back of my car. Food to stay alive. And there's more than that in here, and toilet paper, okay? And there's hand sanitizer, just in case you get in a situation where you need to clean yourself and you don't have water, or you don't want to use your water. The MRE packs, they are for the main buckets and the smaller ones, because we're not expecting you to stay on the side of the road or in the middle of a desert on the road for a month or 2 months and no one not see you. Reflective form of things for you to build something to turn around and signal somebody down. You know, anything. Like in skiing, they put the skis go crosswise, you know, and that lets somebody know that you need help. When I was getting taught how to ski, I was over in Snoqualmie Pass in Washington, and I remember somebody having the cross thing in the skis. So this is where this comes in. It's a form of help. It's like the Red Cross, if you will. These are things that everybody needs to know about, because I'm not trying to keep them in myself, or I'm not trying to hold the knowledge that I have in for this, you know, anywhere. But why couldn't there be a bucket here, you know, that's stationary for each person, just in case, or for not just in case, in the event something happened? Where we are, where humans go, need to be something in survival mode, because we can't predict what's going to happen, and those things matter. So just like in California, the coast was shifted off. When the people that are running that coast, you know, there's nothing there for them except the human life itself, but a rope to grab somebody off the cliff, a bucket to throw them to float in the water. These are things that matter. These are things that are significant to the world. And there's 7.4 billion people here. And so we got a lot of buckets to make. And we want you to order your bucket and not worry about too much more than that. And we'll get you your bucket, ship it to you, and move forward with the fact of the certainty that says you are now prepared for that disaster, that catastrophe, or in the event. You know, if all you have is a bucket at the end of the day, full of stuff, you have more than just, your life is okay. You're able to survive, you're able to make it, and you're able to make it for 90 days, you and your 2 children and your wife. And if you love your family enough, you will do that. And so that's why I created it, and that's why I want it to go out there. It's for the world, and I created it right here in Arizona, the main first one. And it is to where we are working on everything to get everything out for you guys to sign up and all that kind of stuff. The website's still, everything's in preliminary mode. But you know, a waterproof bucket that you can throw in the water and use as a flotation device. Those 1,500 people that were in Asia, if there would have been buckets on there, they could have used them, and it would have saved 1,500 lives. Same thing right now. I heard Hawaii's got some kind of a flash flood going on. I looked at it and saw it on the little bit of news that I did watch on the internet. There was no buckets, no flotation device. We can't just sit around and not do nothing about this. It's something that is done every day, and it's all the way across the whole world. We're not going to be able to control Mother Nature, but we can prepare for our human life to continue our lives and our family lives, and they do matter. You matter. And as I said, if you have something that's blocking your mindset, you need to stop thinking like that. You need to sit down with yourself, take some time. You know, the world's spinning so fast. Our technology is going so fast. Take the time today, take the time tomorrow, every day, and talk to yourself about what it is that you value. You know, do you value yourself enough? Enough to know that there's other things out there that people want from you. You have a purpose to give back, to contribute to this world. My contribution and my purpose is this. It's human life. As I said, I believe everything is equal. So whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, if you believe in, you know, all these different religions that are out there, you're still welcome and you're still okay. And we don't judge. We don't have any judgment when it comes down to that. Okay? At least that's my opinion, and that's the way I would like it done. 30% of this company and 30% of the other company I'm going to tell you about, which is Positive Posting, go towards children like Make-A-Wish Foundation, St. Jude's, and children across the whole world that need help, companies that are out there, people that are out there that need support. That's what this is for. It's to continue it, to give it out there to people. And we're growing these buckets to where we can put in there as many things as possible as it takes to survive. We have plenty of it here. We have plenty of food, water, shelter, and stuff to put in this bucket to make it happen. I know, because I did it. I've made these. And I've used them, like I said, and we're still using them here in the desert. I got them. They're being tested right now. So take a moment, or take the hour, and decide, deliver, and do it. Make it happen for your life, every day, in every way, and make it always and forever. Don't ever stop not growing or learning, and take time to say thank you and be grateful and appreciative to your family, to your maker, and to the fact that you're still walking above ground. So you have a life, and I want to see you create it even further, and I would love to. And anything you guys want to say on the website, you're more than welcome to, okay, over the videos or whatnot. And tell your friends, tell everybody you know, because if you like them that much, or if you really value their friendship or value the persons that you are in your life, you will let them know that that's what you're doing. And the stubborn ones that say they don't need it, they're going to go get their 6-shooter and go out in the water and see if it floats. Let them go out there and see if that thing floats. And you stay with your bucket. And anything else that comes up, you know, there's a number on my website you can call directly, okay? This video was shot here in Arizona, Apache Lake, and it's about 2 o'clock, okay? And I'm just a simple man. My name's Dave Bissell, the creator, founder of KissABC.com, and that Positive Posting website, which is all private information. You don't send me your information. I don't want to see your friends. It's BamBamPost.com. It's straight up Positive Posting, and it's you get to push the BAM button, basically based on one simple thing that says you love it. You love what you see, and it's a positive music, positive movies, positive posting, positive events. It's strictly based on the whole world. All 7.4 billion people come together, and they get an account so they can positively talk to each other, but we use screen names. We don't use real names. And I don't want your information. I don't want your friends' information, and it's not made for me to gather it and make money from, okay? It's, again, 30% goes towards St. Jude's, Make-A-Wish, all the children that are sitting inside there. There's 2 million blind people, 2 million deaf people that get to go, and all the children that are in the hospitals. They get to communicate now with everybody. That's what the site's for. It's linked to this one because that's the form of survival. I'm combining the two together, and a lot of people were asking me how am I going to do that? Well, this is how I'm going to do that. I created that one for this, and putting them both together, and I need your guys' help. I need you to set aside your ego, your pride, your greed, and realize that this is bigger than me, bigger than us. This is for all of human, so we can survive, and we can work together on saving lives, okay? God bless you, and thank the dirt you walk on. Thank your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, and most of all, take care of yourself and love yourself every day even further. And always grow, learn, okay? David out.